Another game at Easter Road comes to an end, but forget about Easter, forget about Bugs Bunny. The away team must think it's Christmas. They must think Santa Claus is dishing out 1 point, because that is 2 games in a row now where Hibs have been denied, in my opinion, clear penalties and the opportunity to win their match. Welcome back, guys, to Fog Football. It's finished. Hibernian free, Dundee United free, and it's harsh and as unfair as it would have been on Dundee United to lose this game. I think they should have had the potential to lose it. A late penalty call once again going against Hibs, just like it did in the St Mirren match. We'll have to see what David Gray's got to say, but it did look like a penalty to me.
A few penalties there at the end for Hibs. I think you can... Is that Hibs ruled out of a title fight? It's all over, isn't it?
Still unbeaten, like. How many draws, by the way, are we having this season?
Crazy, but here, I'll take a 3-3 with a red card and a 0-0 with hee-haw. This is probably game of the season. Would you agree?
There's been quite a few good games so far, but yeah, this is up there.
Right, so let's get into it. Martin Boyle, he's got a shot saved. For me, it's bouncing. He should hit it on the volley. Try and do a Kieran Boy. Doesn't quite do it. Ball gets fizzed into the area. Lucas Stevenson with a header. Hits the back of the net. 1-0 Dundee United. Would you say it was against the run of play? I don't know. It was a slow start, man. Both teams were feeling each other out getting into the game. But 1-0. Look at what I will say is I think Dundee United going forward look really good. Can't fault it. Can't you not?
No,
signed a lot of guys. Or...
They do. I predicted them to finish in the top 6 this season, and I think they will.
Well, I didn't, but if I was to revisit that, I probably would.
Look at half the teams you put in the top 6.
Look at the team I put to win.
You put Rangers. I mean, you put Rangers and who did I pick to win the league?
I think you put Rangers. You backed Russell Martin, man.
Remember I said I was going to stick big money on them?
Aye.
Fuck, I didn't.
Thank fucking Didio. Right, Carden, he whips across there, it's saved. He then had a free kick that went wide. Hibs then have, I believe it was a corner kick, and Rocky Bashuri heads it into the back of the net. And tell you what, for free man, Rocky Bashuri, guys adding goals to his game. And so I think the sad thing is for Bashuri, I think at the back he's just not really helped out, is he? I think he is a complete step above most of the Hibs defenders.
Yeah, I mean, I think Hibs probably could improve their back line, but...
Well, in terms of the centre backs, forget about the full backs for 3 seconds. You know, I think Rocky Bashuri's upped it, and this was a good header, and he's adding goals to his game. We then had, I mean, it was a shocker to be honest from the Dundee United goalie, and every set piece that Hibs had, they were putting a lot of pressure on him. Kieran Boy then had a header that was saved, tipped over, pretty good. But then Hibs just completely fall apart. Not the first time. Won't be the last. Dolchek is played in behind. In the end finds Sapsford, and the goalie's in no man's land. There's only a defender back, and Sapsford puts it into the back of the net. And that took us to 2-1 to Dundee United at half time. Now, I missed most of the second half, so this is where you're going to really have to help. But it was 3-1 to Lucas Stevenson. And you're thinking at this point, Dundee United have got to win, don't they? Ball fizzed in across that 6-yard box, pokes into the back of the net. Hibs getting ripped. But see, I think Hibs kind of remind me, well, not remind me, but this is kind of what I expected Rangers to be like. Scoring a lot of goals, but conceding a lot of goals. But now we're just conceding goals and doing nothing up front, so...
Sad state of affairs, but yeah, Hibs went 3-1 but down, and I mean, at this point, I thought it was game over.
Boy got a goal disallowed. It got reinstated. Correct decision. Never a free kick. It was never offside.
Well, originally, I mean, it was offside. It was given for, but you can see that the defender actually is the one that's played Bowie through. Although, I mean, I kind of did think maybe it would get outruled for a foul. Not that I think it was a foul, but you just see sometimes defenders and goalkeepers, they are kind of protected a little bit. So I was thinking maybe, just maybe, it won't work out for them. But they got the goal, and that really allowed them to get back into the game. Because I think when you're 3-1 down, you need to try and respond instantly, and that's what Hibs done here.
Absolutely. Right. So moving on though, red card. No, I didn't actually see this. Was it a red card? Full check or for Jackie? Sent off. Hibs penalty.
It was.
Was that the overhead kick and hit off his hand?
Well, I mean, I think it's a penalty, but I mean, I think maybe the red card is harsh. I'd need to actually look at the rule book, but yeah, it was a penalty.
It's weird though that like this one definitely will give it, and then the ones later on they don't. But yeah, so McGrath makes it free each, right? Then we get a penalty shout towards the end. Definitely gets pulled back. Now Michael Stewart was greeting like a bitch over there. That's a penalty. That's a penalty. And you know what? I think it is a penalty, but I believe it's one of those ones where if he gives it, they're not overturning it. How many times we hearing this though? Oh, if he gives it, they're not overturning it.
Yeah, I don't like that. I think it should be...
Gives them a get out of jail free card.
Either it's a penalty or it's not. The original decision, in my opinion, really shouldn't matter. But look, it's one of those ones where... I don't... There's not enough. I can see why a penalty would be given. And I think I would lean towards a penalty, but at the same time, I don't think there's enough contact for me to say 100% blatant penalty.
I would agree with that. No, I would definitely agree with that. But the fact of the matter is this: what about the last one? There was a corner kick, ball gets whipped in, Hibs guy gets thrown to the floor.
Well, I'm not necessarily sure this should be a penalty, but I honestly do not understand how the referee has given a free kick to Dundee United.
Yeah, so a Dundee United guy throws a Hibs guy to the floor, and then Bashuri gets his head on it, but then the guy throws Bashuri over the two bodies that are on the floor and gives a free kick.
How many times have you seen this though? Whenever there's just a bit of chaos in the box and there's a body or two going down to the ground, the referee will just give the foul to the defending team.
Exactly. Yeah, it's like in these instances, the goalies.
Why didn't he just play on?
No, he should have done that. But I just. Yeah, play on, because what it did was kill the game and then he blew the whistle straight away.
What I think is the referee just sees a couple of bodies on the floor, he sees a player for each team down, he just goes, well, give a free kick.
Yeah.
Because it's easier to give a free kick to the defending team than it is to give a penalty to the attacking team.
And what this tells me is that he didn't watch it. He didn't see what happened, but I'll tell you one thing that happened. For each, great game, a lot of goals, a lot of drama. It leaves the league table looking like this. Hearts, of course, sit top of the league table. But where does it put Hibs? So Hibs sit third still. Still have a game in hand over most teams. And Dundee United sit fifth with 5 points. But it's just a sea of grey in this league, man. For draws. I mean, how many wins has there been? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 8, 12. Yo, out of 12 teams, right? Some have played 4, some have played 5. There's only been 12 wins.
That's crazy.
Like, that is absolutely insane to think of in this stage of the game. But yo, if you took Hearts and Celtic out the league, right? You lose 7 you lose 7 wins and you only get 5. Now I know what you would say. Oh, but they're inflicting most of the losses on everyone. Well, how about you reel it in there, alright? How about you reel it in anyway?
Many losses are Rangers inflicted on people.
Nada. Hee-haw. And on that note, peace.
Good game of football though, wasn't it? I mean,
it was good. It was brilliant.
Final thoughts here.
What a game worthy of being on TV.
I predicted both of these teams to finish in the top 6, and I think that they both will, to be fair. Some people thought that maybe the European start could slow them down, and possibly it has. You know, let's give them the benefit of the doubt. Maybe it has, but you look at Hibs, still unbeaten, start the season. I don't think they'll be happy with 3 draws necessarily. But they're still unbeaten, and they've got that 1 win in there. Maybe should have had a couple more wins. Still in 3rd place, you know, looking pretty good. But yeah, I mean, already the top 2 are beginning to pull away. Assuming Celtic win tomorrow, we've already got a pretty decent gap at the top, beginning to assemble. So
yeah, we'll see how that plays out. I mean, for Hibs, if they win their game in hand, They're not too far. They're not too far off. Anyway, folks, that's where we will leave it. 1 game tomorrow. Kelly versus Celtic. Final thoughts on that?
Come on, the Kelly. I will buy one of those, you know, traditionally amazing Kelly pies. If
traditionally amazing.
Well, apparently they are. I've never had one.
Never had one either. Anyway, till next time. Peace.